Now we will continue with question 4 of May-June 2021, variant 3.1. So question 4 is related to joint venture account. Joint venture is very similar to consignment account. However, terminologies are some different that are being used in consignment account, joint venture. For now, we'll only be discussing joint venture account. If we do consignment account in future in the next papers, I do discuss that too in detail. For now, joint venture have basically 3 main accounts. There are also other accounts, but these are 3 main accounts that you need to require for the question to be solved. Is basically memorandum of joint venture, the joint venture account with Y and joint venture account with X. So there are mostly 2 people who are in the joint venture accounts. The memorandum of joint venture is prepared, in which on the debit side you record the expenses of Y and you record the expenses of X. In this, all these expenses can be included like transportation, rent, advertising, packaging, discount allowed, bad debt, commission, and any expenses are being incurred are recorded here for both the person in the joint venture account. And also you record the profit to be shared between the partners, or you can say co-ventures. On the credit side, you record the bank sales. There are also cash sales, credit sales, whatsoever. You record drawings either by both of them or by one of them. Discount received is recorded and purchases returned are recorded on the credit side. Loss share is also recorded. So this is the basic format you need to learn. Further, in the books of X, the thing that you learn in joint venture basically confuses many students is that in the books of X, if books of X are there and you're making joint venture with Y, you will record all the expenses of X. If it is books of Y, you're making joint venture with X, you record all the expenses of Y, as I have stated. With books of X, joint venture of Y. So all the expenses of X, for instance, rent, commission, whatsoever, advertising, packaging will be recorded there and then. So this is the only thing you need to learn. Do not confuse the account with the books. Whoever books there will be, you will record those expenses. You just need to see if it is books of X, just say that I'm going to record all the expenses of X. Don't see whatever account is there, either moon, days, whatsoever. You just need to see which books are there and stated. You just need to record their expenses. And now we'll look towards the question and not lengthen the video. Alright, now if we look into the question, we have Tan owns a shop in her local town selling ornaments. Tan and Wang entered a joint venture to sell ornaments in the city. So their local producers, profit will be shared equally and each party will record their own transactions. So you have the receipt and payment relating to the joint venture of Tan and Wang. Separately figures have been provided. At the end of the joint venture, Wang took over the cash register and unsold ornaments at the value of 2,000 and 3,100 respectively. So if you underline this, you will clearly understand these are the drawings by Wang, 2,000 and 3,100 respectively. For the B part, you're supposed to prepare the joint venture account, or it is also known as the memorandum of joint venture. Now let's draw the expenses of Y and expenses of X. Likewise, we're going to record the expenses of Tan and Wang. So for the expenses of Tan, we have purchase of goods 46,000. We have transportation expense as 2450. We have the assistance wages as 2770. We have the packaging as 620. So these are the expenses that were all incurred by Tan. Now we move on towards the expenses of Wang. So the important thing here is that all the expenses have been listed. You're just going to list down in the account respectively where they are supposed to be written. We have the rent of stall as 12,000. We have the cash register as 2,600. We have the transportation expense as 980. We have the assistance wages as 5,400. We have the packaging as 4,080. So these are the expenses that are we listing down and are all done. Now we'll move towards the credit side and record any kind of drawing, sales, or profit loss share that we have. For the credit side, we have sales, drawings, and purchases, return, discount, receipt, any kind of those things are recorded on the credit side. So if you look into the information, we have given the sales value as 95,400. So you are supposed to record as 95,400. There is cash register taken over and inventory taken over by Wang. So you are also supposed to record that as drawings. and the sales were incurred by Van. So you can also write Van here, so you need to know that when you're recording into the account separately, you know whom account you have to record the sales in. And then for the drawings, these were the drawings of Van. So it was cash register and it was inventory taken over. So cash register was 2000 and 3100 was inventory. Now we are done with all the information. You need to add all this side, add this, subtract this, and you can get to the answer. And there is basically a profit share between TAN and Van. So the profit share between Van and TAN is basically equal because they were sharing the amounts equally. TAN and Van, TAN 11,800 and separately Van 11,800. So these were the amounts that you were supposed to record, and you're done with the joint venture account. Alright, now for the B part 2, you are supposed to make the joint venture with TAN in Van's book. So I already mentioned whoever book will be, you will record the expenses of that person. For Van, we will be recording all the expenses, the sales and the profits, everything. On the debit side, again the format is the same. We're going to record all the expenses on the debit side and the sales, the drawings, everything on the credit side. So on the debit side, we're going to record the rent, 12,000. So the information is going to remain the same, but the account is going to be different. Only the expenses of Van will be recorded and not TAN. And we have transportation expense as 980. We have the wages, assistant wages as 5,400, and we have the packaging as 4,080. And also on the debit side, we were used to record the profit share only for Van, which is going to be 11,800. Now we on the credit side we record the sales and the drawings of the Van. On the credit side, we will write sales as 9,400. You do not make these kinds of mistakes, otherwise answer. And 2,000 here. And inventory, these are the drawings, 3,100. So same is the case in the memorandum of joint venture and same is the case here. Now if you balance this account off, you are going to be left with an answer, and at the end of the question they wrote that the balances have been settled, or if they do not write, it is the same, that the balance is going to be. Alright, so the logic behind this is that if we balance this account, he has to pay TAN, so it will be cash to TAN and the amount will be 63640. So this is the amount, and you balance off the account with 1,00500. So this is the account of the TAN, and likewise on the credit side you are also going to balance off. Now the logic behind is that if he has to pay cash to TAN, it is recorded on the debit side. This is the carry down basically. The brought down will be on the credit side. Till that, is it clear? So the carry down on the debit side will become the brought down on the credit side, which means he is going to be a payable, because trade payable brought down is also on the credit side. If it was cash from TAN, it will be recorded on the credit side and the brought down on the debit side, hence he will be a trade receivable. I hope that is clear. If anything that is not clear to you throughout the video, or any question or any query, you can easily write down in the comment section below so that I can answer you accordingly. Now we will be drawing the joint venture with Van in the books of TAN. Again the same things. You are supposed to record the purchases as 46,000. We're going to record transportation expense as 2,450. The wages of assistants as 2,770, and you have the packing expense as 620. And also the profit share as we recorded in Van's account also, that is 11,800. So these are all the expenses and the profit share of TAN. Now we will record the sales, the drawings. If you look into the account, we do not have any sales, any drawings for TAN. So what are we going to record on the credit side? Nothing, and we're going to balance the account off. Now for balancing the account, we will just write cash from bank. Why? Because this is on the credit side and it will be 63640, and you see the accounts have balanced like we did in the last question. Alright. Now again the logic in this is the same. I'm just going to repeat it if you didn't understand before. It is recorded on the credit side. This is basically the carry down. Carry down is on the credit side. It will be cash from bank because the brought down on the debit side will be here, which means TAN is the trade receivable, and we recorded in Wang's account. We recorded here. The brought down will be here. He will be a trade payable. In this case, he is a trade receivable. So trade receivable brought downs are on the debit side and trade payables brought down are on the credit side. I hope this confusion is clear. Why is it written as cash from bank and cash to Wang or TAN? So I hope this is clear. If you still have any queries, do write in the comment section below. And we are up till now done with the question.